I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's a success.
Yeah, so there was an assessor report in there, so I would just make a motion to approve the assessor's report as submitted.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Farmland preservation, who's on the party train level?
So we did not have a meeting in February, we were quarterly, so.
Keith's up to that now,
Yep, planning commission, we finalized energy ordinance, which they'll be sending you the board to final. And they recommend having a lawyer review it before. And we discussed accessory living dwellings. Anything else you want to add, Robert?
No, those are the two main agenda items.
Yeah.
So they didn't have anything, they didn't finalize anything on the, they just had a discussion about the, what do you call it, the housing?
Yeah.
It was just a
The
discussion.
secondary,
Just
yeah.
a second, okay.
Very good.
All right. You got anything?
Does you need a motion for the attorney to look something over? What did you say, the planning
To
commission?
overlook,
Something planning, did you need the attorney?
It's gonna be the,
Keith,
well,
to-
we'll have to do the
The
first.
energy ordinance.
Yeah, we'll have to do the
before-
first
before
reading.
Yeah.
You want the lawyer to look it over before the first reading?
Probably, yes,
Yeah.
I would recommend.
You want to make a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion. So I would make a motion to have the township attorney look over the ordinance for the solar amendment to the zoning ordinance
Yeah.
prior to the first reading. Once we receive it, we haven't received it yet.
It's in
The
there.
zoning or the
That's what I was
ordinance?
just saying. They didn't.
No, I mean-
Well, no, it was at the planning
At
commission. We haven't got
planning
it yet. It was at the planning commission.
It was in your packet though, right?
Yeah,
At the planning commission?
yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, I see what you're saying, so just take it out the planning commission.
Yep.
I was kinda waiting on Laura to
I
send it.
think she was
because-
making
Yeah,
some amendments.
there's amendments, right, to the,
Yeah, there was some additional discussion and from the last draft, there may be some more minor revisions or updates to it before the final proposed version would come to you.
yeah, okay. So yeah, so we'll wait till we receive it.
You know, I had a question I was gonna ask Belinda. So we, at the last board meeting, we made a recommendation to the planning commission about the agricultural district. Did we just need to send you an email, or should we have presented that at a planning commission meeting, our recommendation?
I wouldn't seem that you'd need to present that, but I would think it would have to come from the Board of Trustees to the planner to, you know, as an item that the Board of Trustees is authorized.
So it'd be in our minutes that
Yeah.
we approved, right?
Yeah, and we sent
Yeah.
it to Laura, didn't you? send it to
Did we?
Laura, right?
Okay, I just wanted to check.
Yeah,
to
we
make
sent
sure.
it to, we did send it to Laura, but it wasn't on the agenda. I didn't notice it on the agenda at the last meeting.
Yeah, and I don't know when you sent it, because of course she establishes the agenda 30 days. You know, it's something that has to be submitted 30 days before the
Yeah.
meeting.
And it was after the January meeting, so maybe it's gonna
So
be
it
in
should-
March.
I would then anticipate it to be on the March.
Yeah, and I can reach out to
So
her
we
too.
did send her something.
Yeah, we did
Okay,
send her
Okay, I
that.
just wanted to check and make sure I was thinking of it earlier. Yeah.
So we still have that motion on the table, motion by Gonzi to submit the zoning ordinance amendment to the attorney prior to the first reading. But I didn't have a second.
All in favor? We go roll call on this one, yeah. All right, Adams,
Yes.
Buick,
Yes.
Gifford,
Yes.
Green,
Yep.
Johnson,
Yep,
Crane, Waller, yes. Now we gotta do a motion to approve the planning, right?
yep.
All right, the motion to approve Keith's report.
I'll second.
All right, Adam,
All in favor?
or all in favor, I'm sorry.
Yep,
Aye.
aye.
All those opposed, none.
No report for Urban County.
No report for, There was a code enforcement report in here. No, last time I read this. For the month of January 2025, the zoning administrator responded to numerous zoning inquiries. The inquiries were received via email, phone calls, in-person paper, open ordinance, and enforcement cases. As of today, which he doesn't put the date, but this was what, a week ago, there were 4 open cases and they opened 2 new ones. Their closed cases are when a property owner complied with Augusta Township's ordinances after receiving a violation notice. January 2025, they had 6 closed cases. As of today, so February 25th, so as of today, they have 6 closed cases. Summary of the zoning issues and continued education. The current cases involve the following areas in Augusta Township zoning. In January, our cases involved animals, blight, unlicensed vehicles, and noise complaints. We had 2 court appearances, 2 Zoom, and 2 in-person. Of the Zoom, the township won, the other complied with the issues ordinance violation. Of the 2 in-court cases, both were resolved. We will continue to educate our residents to increase their understanding of enforcement policies. For any questions on enforcement, please contact Roy Williams at the Township Hall, extension 201, or 212. Don't call 201. 212. All right.
All right, motion to approve the code enforcement. Yeah.
Second.
Keith seconds it. Just all in favor or?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
All righty, here we go. Public comment, 3 minutes.
Clock.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jeff Albers. I've been reviewing the property maintenance code, trying to make sure that we're personally going to be compliant. And I found one section that I'm concerned about because it's vague. In fact, in the section it mentions discretionary. And I'm wondering if there might be some possibility of getting this section amended to be a little more specific so that residents can know without assistance whether or not they're in compliance or not. I think as discretionary as it appears to be, enforcement might be inconsistent. Specifically, it's section 302.4 on weeds. Generally, it's requiring that plant growth be maintained to 10 inches or less. There is an exception for parcels that are in excess of 1.5 acres. But that exception is the very vague part. I'm wondering if some more detail, some guidance could be added to that particular section. Some things that come to mind. You know, if a parcel is larger than 1.5 acres and 1.5 acres, at least 1.5 acres is mowed and maintained, say immediately around the residence, is that adequate? Such that the rest could be left to be a meadow, you know, for support of wildlife and that sort of thing. In our particular case, we have a drain that runs across our 4 acres. That area adjacent to the drain is the most difficult to mow, especially some seasons when it's really wet. Potentially the section could have some words around floodplains, you know, such that areas within floodplains might be excluded from the 10-inch requirement. Just some thoughts, you know, to start some thought around it. But basically just looking for something to be, looking for the section to be a little bit more specific. And if the section's not going to be amended, could we at least get some better guidance that comes out maybe with the publication that's going to be coming out this spring, whenever that comes out? Just so residents can, you know, be a little bit more self-guided in whether they're going to be compliant or not. Okay?
And that was 302.4?
Let me double check.
302.4 on weeds.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yes, it's on page 3 of 6.
What is it?
Page 3 of 6, it's the bottom section.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I had a couple things for the curb cleanup that I was thinking of when you guys were talking about it. One, like whatever newsletter, card, whatever goes out, I would make sure that it's very identifiable so they don't just get trashed. But also, will there be like a highlighted list of things that are definitely not gonna be tolerated, like, 10 cars in your yard or, something like that. But that was one thing. And also, I know that the schools, like National Honor Society and stuff, those kids have to do volunteer hours. So I was thinking maybe if you contacted some of the schools around that, the kids could put in some hours that way. It would be free to whoever, whatever house they go to. But also, they could get their hours, somebody could get some cleanup. And then another thing, I want to apologize for last month. I got very emotional, but the gun range really wears on me. I get really anxious whenever one of these meetings comes around. I get anxious when I think about nothing being done there. It's just a really hard time. I was bothered by Kim stating that we weren't going to use township money to do anything with that, and it's like, I'm a township resident. I've lived here for over 40 years and I've paid taxes. And to have that statement thrown out, it's like there's no hope there at all then. And also somebody stated that Milan can use anybody they want because they're over that. Well, the township could have something to say with who they use. The township could request that they give them, whoever they're looking at maybe, and you do a comparison of what kind of sound protection is out there, because it would be really crazy for them to use somebody that's not effective enough when there is a company indeed that is effective enough. I'm in hopes that they will do something. I'm not confident that they will. And also, I've been looking up the noise law in Michigan, and it just says it is unlawful for any person to unreasonably disturb the public peace and quiet, or to unreasonably disturb or annoy the quiet, comfort, and repose of persons in the vicinity. So this, they're not shooting for an hour, they're shooting for up to 8 hours, and lots of days it's at least 4 hours. That is very wearing, and it's very hard, and it is, it causes much anxiety. So just some things to think about. Thank you.
Anybody else?
This is about the zoning ordinances. Do you remember back when I said it might be a bad idea when people ask for their names and their driver's license, when they make the complaint? Last week, I don't know if it's inadvertently, hopefully, or intentional, but my name was brought up quite a few times about me coming down here has caused a lot of this. It don't take long for people to start saying things they shouldn't. One gentleman said he was coming after me in the audience, and that only took a few minutes. When I was putting my garbage out, after this happened a couple weeks ago, an older SUV pulled up real quick to me and said, if I get a ticket, I'm not only coming after you, I'm coming after you and who's in the house and the house. So now I've never wanted to carry a concealed weapon permit, but now I'm gonna have to. Because my name's been brought into this, and now it only takes one nut, and I've already had one person out here say they're coming after me, and I already had somebody pull up and say they're gonna come after me and my house and who's in it. And that's not fair to me. When I made that complaint, I didn't make a complaint about somebody having an extra couple little things in their yard. I made a complaint about a 20-some acre facility that was built behind me illegally on residential agricultural land, and he flooded my whole yard out, and it just made a mess. And not only me, everybody surrounding things. And that's the only complaint I've ever made at this township, ever. So now I gotta go down and buy a gun and get a concealed weapon permit because I've got people telling me they're gonna come and get me and who's ever in my house. That's not fair to me. That's the only complaint I've ever made. So somehow we gotta fix this to where people know I'm not the one that started this. And that's gotta happen soon. And the gun range with her house, that gun range thing, you guys should help her. She's been here 40 years. even if she's only been a year, everybody deserves to be helped. You know, you can't just say, we're not gonna spend money on that. You know, that's what originally they said about me and mine with the guy out back, but now hopefully it's getting fixed. You know, the county and somebody from the township got involved and they're gonna start fixing the water problem. But, you know, everybody here's gotta stick together with the people that are paying taxes. And I don't need somebody killing me or my wife at my house because of something that I did legally, and it had nothing to do about me making petty complaints. It was a major complaint. Thank you.
All right, does anybody else got anything they need to add to the? All right, gonna close the public comment, 8:10. Now is what, board response, yeah?
Yeah, I would like to address Eileen. I did not say that we would not spend township money on the situation. I said to hire an attorney. I said, I know, well, I watched it again because I was unclear. I was kind of frustrated after the meeting myself.